Hello everyone out there in YouTube land. This is Phoenix Draconis, and this is Kaon Reviews. Alright folks, happy Easter for those that celebrate the Easter holiday. And as you saw in the opening credits, today's video is going to focus on Transformers Kingdom, War for Cybertron trilogies, Autobot Blaster, and Eject. Now I know that a lot of you pretty much may have already picked up the same figure under the Legacy line, and that is really cool. I understand that. It's got some great artwork just like on this one. But I wound up picking this one up from Big Bad Toy Store, and I am so grateful that he came in. Honestly, I have to say, earlier this week I got the notification that that it had gotten shipped out. So I figured, hey, it'll show up Monday, Tuesday at the latest. And I went by my post office this morning, and lo and behold, there he is. So here he is on my table. And I have to say, I am liking it. Now I have seen a couple of reviews already about him, but I am so grateful that I got him. And I mean, check out the artwork on this. This is really, really awesome looking. The artwork, the wraparound artwork on him. And I mean, now this is a Voyager class figure, so he will more than likely scale up with the Netflix Soundwave. And of course, you've got the great artwork. I have always said that I really wish they had made these into posters. Now on this side, you got his product shots, which also include Eject, which is right over here. And you got him with his traditional blaster, his chest opening up, and of course in his boombox mode. So I really cannot wait to get this opened up. Oops, I bumped into my tripod, sorry about that. So let's go ahead and take a quick look-see at Blaster. And I have to say, that is such a great looking figure. Now there are some people saying that he's got, you know, more serious face, and this one they said that he's got a smirk. Honestly, I have seen the photos of him, and I still say he's got a nice little smile to him, very carefree. As for the smirking one, I haven't really seen it, but again, I got this through BBTS, so I haven't seen him out in the wilds. But I also have to say, I'm more than likely not going to get the Voyager, the Legacy version, mostly because I already have this one. Why do I need another? But nonetheless, I am so liking the details on them, and I cannot wait to open them up and show them off. So I'm going to go ahead and put this right there, and without any further ado, let's go ahead and get them unboxed. Alright folks, there he is out of his packaging, and he is ready to rock and roll. And I have to say, I am very pleased with this figure. I mean, good God almighty, look at that. Look at that sculpting right there. Good gravy. Whoop. And wow. And look at the detailing on his weapon. Very nice indeed. Now, yes, I am sure that the noticeable gaps here in his forearm are there along his sides and along the backs of his thighs here. Very noticeable. I am very well aware of that. And I'm pretty sure there's probably some gap fillers for this. More than likely, I'm going to see them on TF Safari. But you know what? I'm not going to dwell on that. I am so happy. This is a wonderful wonderful retool of Soundwave. And as a matter of fact, let's go ahead and bring both of these figures. Well, better yet, you know what? I'll do a side-by-side comparison of each, but in a minute or so, because I do want to show this figure off. This is so damn awesome. I like the molded details on them. As you can tell, I already have Eject on here. You see the red detailings on the grays here, the blacks of his thighs, the speakers. That is awesome there. His forearms has some really good detailing. It's the light hits it on his shoulders, his bicep, along his sides. You got the really great detailing there, and of course his back, very very flat, and I have to say, very nicely well done. Of course, you do have his butt flap, which is, I want to say, almost similar to Soundwave's, just a different length of it. But oh my god, this is so awesome. You got the dials here for when he's in stereo mode, and on the inside of his calves you see another speaker. This guy is so speakered. So man, oh man. And of course you can see that so impressive his face sculpt. And again, I am liking this very much. Now of course, you do see like a type of smile on him, but again, it depends on how he's positioned. And wow, let me zoom out just a bit so we can at least see him just a bit further. There we go. And here you have his articulation. So his head is on a ball joint, so he does have a little bit of wiggly waggly. Can go 360. He can look right, he can look left. He does have a type of head tilt, so it's like if he gives an inquisitive look. There you go. There we go. His arm has a type of hinge right here, so you can lift his arm up straight away. You can go ahead and go 360. Now mine's is really tight. I mean, not like super tight, but it is a good stiffness on him. He's got upper bicep rotation. His arm can go a little bit over 90 degrees, but not by much. Now his hand can fold in, but again, that is, it can fold in just a little bit, but it does fold out like so due to transformation. There is no wrist rotation, which I am kind of upset. Not upset, but not too bad. For those that didn't see it the first time, his hand can fold out like that, but again, it does, it's all due to transformation. But again, there is no wrist rotation on his wrist. I wish there was. That would have been awesome. He does have waist rotation, which can go 360. He can kick out, so he can do like a type of kung fu pose, and I have to say I'm very impressed. So like I said, I really wish he had like a type of wrist rotation, so if nothing else, he's able to go ahead and bend his hand a little bit differently, or position his hand a little bit differently for that kick. So, but it's all good. He can do the full Van Damme splits. That hurts me just doing that. He's got upper thigh rotation. His leg can bend at around 90 degrees. He does have some extreme ankle tilt, so he can attempt to do the splits like so, which, like I said, hurts me just doing it. But man, oh man. And of course he can kick up like so. He's not able to kick back because of the butt plate, but you can always lift that up and he can kick back further, a little under 90 degrees. So of course I had inadvertently opened up his chest. Now for this, I thought at one point you're able to push down. Well, okay, it looks like it's doing it now, because beforehand I tried to, yeah, there we go. So it looks like you're able to push in, and there we go. Now, yeah, so now I'm able to just push down lightly and there. But it looks like I'm actually pushing in to get that chest to open up, and let's bring out Eject. Now Eject is a very simple figure. As you can tell, he's kind of clear, has some clear blue plastic where you can see the arms and the legs and the head partially. It's got some great gold painted applications, and he's pretty simple to transform, as a matter of fact, if I can get him to transform. There we go. So you just pull the legs down like so, and then just pull down, do the same thing with the other, and we just turn the legs like so. Now we can do the same with the arms by just pulling, and there we go. And you just pull the arm out like so, and then on the back we have his head, so we'll have to go ahead and pull that out. Now I don't really have nails. There we go. So what I did, because it is on a ball joint, I had to go ahead and hit one of the pieces of plastic to push up from the back. Then you turn his head, and there you have Rewind, and he is pretty awesome looking. The only thing that I wish he had were his weapons. But he does have some really good paint articulation. I'll try and, come on, there you go. And like so, very, very nice. I mean, there's some really good paint articulation, or some paint on the face, and that is a small space. So wow, I have to give them, Hasbro, some kudos on that one. So that is it for Eject. Sorry, is it Eject or Rewind? God damn, I can't believe I fucking forgot. Eject. I don't know why I said Rewind. That's my fault, folks. But nonetheless, that is really awesome. So there we go, right here. Alrighty. So give me a moment while I go ahead and bring Soundwave out, and we're going to do a quick robot size comparison. All right, there he is, and I should say there they are. As you can tell, I can't leave them alone for 1 minute, because right now they are kung fu fighting. But as you can tell, they each have their articulation in cue. So I'm going to go ahead and get you two to behave for a moment, and there we go. Alrighty. Alright, let's go ahead and get him situated. Now I did notice that his left leg is a little loose. We'll see what I can do about that. But it's not much of a deal breaker for me on this. Like I said, ever since I heard about this one, I've been wanting this, so I'm grateful to have it. Now, from what I've seen in other toy reviews, I have noticed that there is a twin cast coming out, and so I'm hoping that in light of what was revealed at the Fan First Tuesday, I'm hoping that Hasbro will go ahead and re-release this Soundwave as Sound Blaster, except this time with either with a Rat Bat and possibly either Rumble or Frenzy in there in the packaging. That would be so cool to have. I loved it when I got this one. I definitely would enjoy even more to get a Sound Blaster and a Twin Cast. But we'll see what happens. And with Twin Cast, I hope they go ahead and put in either Steeljaw, Eject. Oh no, I'm sorry. There's Eject. Rewind or Ramhorn. You know, with that. Or they put in the other 3 cassettes as part of a Generation Select set. Even be good. You know, I would like that. But yeah, when they do the Twin Cast, I hope they do the the Rewind or one of the other Animal cassettes. But again, that's my take. And as you can see, because I am rambling on, I do apologize. As you can see, this is a total remold of the Soundwave figure, especially around the arms, the legs, definitely the head. Wow, I mean, I cannot say anything more on that. And if I turn them around, you will see, totally different back. I mean, this is wow. Now granted, when I got this figure, I also had the opportunity to get the add-on set for this Soundwave, so you don't see all the gappiness as you do with Soundwave. Let me go ahead and get him out of the way, and let's concentrate on the man of the hour. So yeah, that is pretty awesome. So as you already saw, we already did Eject over here, which we're gonna go ahead and turn him back into his cassette mode. So we twist the head around 180 and we push that in. Excuse me. Alrighty, and now we're gonna go ahead and push the arms in and then just tuck them like so. Now granted, you are seeing the back side here, and there we go, just like so. Now at this point, all we gotta do is just turn the legs like so. So originally they were pointing like this, face forward. Now we're just gonna turn them to where the feet are pointing out, and then we're gonna fold the legs up and snap that in, and then just fold that in, boom, and there he is in cassette mode. Very, very nice. I like that. And then just like before, we're gonna go ahead and push in the buttons to open up his chest, and now push that in, and there we go. Very nice. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and go ahead and make a couple of changes before we go ahead and start with transformation. So I will be right back. All right, folks, I am back, and it is time for us to transform. Now, one of the first things we're going to do is we're going to take off this amazing weapon, which I did not get. I don't think I showed it off all that much earlier, but you can tell right off the bat. Look at that molded detail on here. Very nice. Not hollow not one bit. Of course, people will see, well, what about this? It's not hollow all the way through, and that is the actual design for there. So I think you can put blast effects, but I always keep on saying I'll get me a set, and I never do. So Anyway, moving on. So one of the things we're going to do is we're going to put the arms down like so. As a matter of fact, we're going to put them up like that. And we're going to twist the arms like so, or I should say put the wrists up. And do the same here. We're going to twist the arms around, and we're going to go and plop. There we go. We're going to do the same with the other arm. Just bend it in on itself, and there you go. Now, before I continue on, because I did make a mention earlier about possibly getting some gap fillers for the legs and possibly the forearms and the upper biceps, but the only problem is now that I'm seeing this transformation in progress, that's going to be a hindrance here. You'll probably have to more than likely do parts forming. Dun dun dun. So this might be a parts forming issue when in robot mode. When transforming it, you may have to pop it off in order to fold the arm in on itself. Now, had to have fun with that. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and move the arms down like so. This backpack we're gonna open up like that, and we're gonna put the head down inside and cover that up. There we go. And there we go. No, just kidding. Now we're going to go ahead and flip this up and turn this around. And of course, before we continue on, we're going to, as a matter of fact, I should have done this earlier when I first did this, because the speakers were like this. Okay, now we're gonna have to push in here, so that way the speakers will be more like this. So before, after, before, after. So let's go ahead and ooh. Now for some reason, come on, good God almighty, for some reason the right leg, this one's really stiff, so do be careful when you're pushing that in. Now once those are done, you're gonna flip the feet up like so, and there you go. Now that we got that portion out of the way, we're going to go ahead and do this side. So we're going to flip these open, and there is a little tab right here, well not tab, but a little portion here that flips up. We're going to do the same on the opposite end. Ooh. Like I said, there are certain portions of this figure is rather stiff, and I accidentally pushed a button for his chest mode. So now that that's there, we're going to go ahead and twist the legs, so that way these speakers are pushing, or I should say are facing out. And now we're going to go ahead and push this leg in. Now for anyone that hasn't noticed, there is this tab right here. It's going to go right into that slot right there. So let's go ahead and zoom out just a bit, and we're going to go ahead and push that in there. Once that is in there, we're going to do the same with the other one, like so. Now once that's in there, we're going to go ahead and push this portion in, where this little gap that you see right here is made specifically for his hands, the way they are now. Now we're going to go ahead and push that in, and may have to, there we go. Now something I forgot to mention, there is this tab right here. It's going to go into the slot which is on the very, very side of him right there. So once that is there, and go ahead and just push that hand, that wrist in there, and then just tap that in. Now you're going to do the same over here. Make sure that tab is in where the wrist is supposed to be. Well, not the wrist, but where the elbow is. And come on. There we go. And then just push that in there. Hooray. And of course it's gonna give me crap. There we go. And that is in there. Yay. And all we gotta do is just tap all this together. There's a couple slots here and here. There's a couple tabs right here on the gray portion of his legs. Just snap that in. And there. Oh yeah, almost forgot. So these two black bars right here, you know, untap those and put that open, twist these around, and there you go. There is Blaster in his boombox mode. And as promised, we're going to do a alternate comparison with Soundwave. And I have to say, I'm going to try and zoom in right here. I am very, very impressed. I mean, there are certain areas with Soundwave that I really wish they had done. Now, as you can tell, these sections here kind of tab in there, but this is where this portion, where the shin guard is, should have been inside, but they didn't do that, so can't really complain at this point. It's done is done. They were able to rectify that in the core version of this figure, but again, that's just my take. But there is Blaster, and damn it all, is he not fucking impressive? I mean, you got his old style buttons. Of course, they don't turn. You have the buttons here. You got, you know, different takes here and here. You got the speakers, not just the main speakers here, but you got the subwoofers here, the bass up here, some side speakers on the other side, and then of course you have the little push-in which holds eject. So there he is. Damn it all. I have to say, ever since I saw the preliminary images and whatnot, I knew I had to get him. I mean, there's no damn way I could not just have Soundwave and not get Blaster. So now I do know from what we've all seen of preliminary, you know, teasers for the different waves that we will be getting a twin cast of this. So I'm looking forward what cassette companion he's going to come with. But I'm hoping that Hasbro does, that they do go ahead and get the this version of Soundwave and create, you know, Sound Blaster. Again, my take would be with Ratbat and one of the other cassettes, like, you know, Frenzy or, you know, Rumble. There we go. Took me a while, but I mean, let me go ahead and get this bad boy out of the way. Let me get this one right here. And also, let's go ahead and take a look at the back. And yeah, it's a little gappy. I mean, you could probably put, you know, a third-party cover for this, but all in all, this, I mean, good God, this is awesome. I so love this figure, so I'm so grateful I had gotten this. So all right, so give me a moment to go ahead and get him transformed back into his robot mode, and at that point I will give you my final thoughts as well as my score. All right, folks, thank you for waiting. And as you can see, he is back in robot mode. Now, let me go ahead and give you my final thoughts. This is a great figure. There is no denying it. This is a badass figure. There are certain issues, though, I have to say, that I discovered along the way. Number one, it is stiff in several places. It's not a deal breaker, but I do want to let you know there are certain areas that you do have to be mindful of when transforming it, especially like in his boombox mode. You have to go ahead and push these speakers around, 360, so you can get the opposite speaker. Also, sometimes they don't tab very well and you have to mess with them. Do be careful with that. Also, certain gaps. This is where third-party gap fillers will be very, very needed along the backs of his thighs here. Also on his upper, or I should say in his bicep here. Now, the most notable is this area here along his forearm. That is a big hollow mess, but the thing about it is, as much as I would love to have a cover for this, it's going to be a cover that you're going to have to take off when transforming it into his alt mode, because as you saw earlier, that alt mode is going to have to fold in like that. So yeah, that, like I said, it's not a deal breaker, but you have to be aware of how that's going to be. So, but other than that, that is my take on the figure. So on a scale of 1 through 10, I have to say I'm gonna go ahead and give this one a 9. It's a good figure. I'm very pleased I got him. Other than the aforementioned issues, he would be great as part of your collection on this. Whether it's the Siege version, well, not Siege, I do apologize. Whether it's the Kingdom version or the Legacy version, it's still the same figure, and they are still awesome. So, if you haven't been able to find it in the wild, go ahead and try and get it through Big Bad Toy Store. I will supply a link in the description below. But other than that, that's my take on the figure. I'd like to hear from you. Have you been able to get this figure out in the wild or through one of the toy sellers? And if you have, do you like them? Do you hate them? Leave me a comment in the comment section down below. I want you to like, share, subscribe to my channel. Click onto the bell icon when I post. That way you'll be notified when I put up new videos. Now, before I go, the last time I checked, I currently have 185 subscribers at last count. I'm still trudging my way to my ultimate, to my goal, and that is 200 subscribers. And as I stated before, upon reaching 200 subscribers, I'm going to go ahead and make this available. Now, for anyone that hasn't found a Ravage either through TF Safari or Hasbro Pulse or Big Bad Toy Store or any of the respected toy sellers that you see online, I've got this ready. It's complete. It has not been opened. All the weapons and accessories are included in this. So once you help me reach 200 subscribers, I'm going to go ahead and let you know what you can do to get this back here. Now, before I go, once again, I want to thank each and every one of you who has subscribed to my channel, who has liked my content, who has shared it, who has watched what I put out there. I mean, if someone were to ask me, why do you do this? Why do you collect toys? Probably any toy collector will tell you. This is a link to when we were kids, to where we bought the original G1 stuff. It's the same thing. The only thing is, we got cooler shit now. So, that being said, I want to thank you all for joining me on what I like to refer to as my magic carpet ride. This is Phoenix Draconis, and I will catch you all on the flip side. Peace.